Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the pre-game show for tonight's massive clash, Collingwood versus Hawthorn. 4 o'clock on a Friday. I'd like to think most of you... So who's trying to call me at 4 p.m. on my work phone? I don't work past 4. No. So that's a message to all of you. If you haven't clocked off yet, it's time to clock off and just time to G up. Time to G up. It's game day. Big ins. Is it too many ins? That's a big question people probably will be asking if the result doesn't go away. But looking at it now, you think, well, these players who are coming in, yeah, it's a lot of changes, but these are players who have only been out for a week or two max. Last year, I know we had like 4 or 5 changes for that Gold Coast game, and then... what happened, but a lot of those players were coming off big layoffs where they weren't like fit to perform. Welcome everyone, welcome. So we've got the Metro Boys, welcome. Lily, hello. Hello. The Metro Boy, I'm going to the game. Nice. Marvel Stadium, hello. Ben Zero, how are you doing? And quality, yeah, it's quality. It's quality, and they're players who haven't been out of the game for too long, so it's not too bad. Keen to get those who are in the live chat, get your thoughts on the Mason Cox opinion. Some people, I don't know, it's weird. Some people don't like when somebody has something to say from the same club about a certain player. People get butthurt. It's weird. I don't know why people get upset. Like, one, I don't think I was malicious towards... anything was malicious about what I said about Mason Cox in that video I posted today. I thought I was reasonable. I wasn't harsh. It was just an open forum that I created, and some people get upset, man. Like, anyways, these kids, man. Kids who are probably adults who just suck on the teat of the Collingwood Football Club. Like, it's okay to have an opinion that doesn't necessarily favour the Collingwood Football Club, if that makes any sense. It's not like you can't... I'm not going against anyone. Ben Zero, yeah, you nailed it. We can love the guy and give criticism. And that's how I felt like I delivered it. I felt like I don't even know if I call it criticism. I said, this is where he was at the end of last year. He performed really well. He's not doing that right now. Where does his career stand? He's not coming from a long way back like Billy Frampton was, but the difference is the age factor. So that's why I thought it was an interesting topic. Attila says, I hope the Hawks bounce back in my view, but who knows? Okay. I hope the Hawks bounce back in my view, but who knows? What do you mean? So I'm assuming you're not a Collingwood supporter, or you're a Collingwood supporter and you want Hawthorn to bounce back so that we can see a very entertaining game? Vert says, I think Cox hasn't been the same since his eye issue. Perhaps lost a bit of confidence as well. The opposition seemed to get away with manhandling him and no free kick. And that was a comment that was quite prominent in the chat. Was he does get manhandled a lot and doesn't get the free kicks, which I get that. But that aside, I'm just trying to separate that, because I think there's still moments where Coxie has opportunities to have an impact and doesn't reach it. You know, the goggles would 100%. And to be fair to Coxie, to wear those goggles, yes, you adapt and you become acquainted with it, but it's still, it must be a little bit off throwing, right? Would have to be. Who's second ruckman, Billy Frampton or Ned Long? I think we'll see a bit of Ned Long in the stoppage. Maybe Billy Frampton, but then you'd be, I don't know. The Frampton one's an interesting one. I'm not saying it won't happen. Brendan says, hi, Anne. I thought your comments were appropriate and Cox does need to improve to stay in the side. Vert says, absolutely think you nailed it. Manny says, why are you explaining yourself? He's playing like shit. Back to the seconds. Yeah, I know. Good point. I'm scared of Hawthorn tonight. They are extremely physical and will try to hurt Nick and Elliot. They are a dirty team. Let's show them what's up. He hasn't performed well this season as a whole. He isn't clunking his marks like he used to. His ruck. Guys, get the Malaka on, says Reese, and half-end dim sim. Guys, if you want Manny if you want Manny live on the show, give us an M in the Discord, in the chat, an M. If you want Manny in, if you want to hear his mellifluous voice, put an M in there. I don't think Darcy Moore will ruck. Okay, well, I'm not a Collingwood supporter, but I do want this game to be as close as possible. I tipped the Pies, just for a safe tip. Bombers played well yesterday, man. Considering how undermanned they were, it was crazy. Good stuff. Hoping for a good game too, to be honest. Second ruck would hopefully be with Kynan, maybe not. Well, Kynan, maybe not starts with an M. M for maybe means Manny. Slap Manny. We always want to rev up. Where do you reckon the form slump will come? Reza, so I feel like the game against Geelong was like a little form slump. You can win games without being in form. I dare say there will probably, it sounds crazy, but we will need to endure another loss at some point this year. You know what I mean? So I'm not sure when. All right, guys. People want Manny. All right. They're sick of me. We're bringing in the star of the show. Let me just make sure it's all sorted. So give me 1 second. Ella, test 1, 2, Malaka.
Ella, test 1, 2, 3. Are we on?
Hello there, Pusti. We're here.
Hello, Malaka. Hello, the community. Thanks for all the love in the community. Can you hear me?
They love you, mate. Yeah. They're starting to love you more than me. I'm gonna have to cut you off soon, Manny.
Yeah, because you're too fucking flat. What are you sitting there explaining yourself about Cox for? It's not rocket science. You've been playing like shit. Yeah. At least we've got a coach that drops players. Not like other coaches. They keep playing shit kickers. He hasn't been performing. He's got to go back to the seconds.
It's got to happen.
Yeah, you got to be ruthless. I watched I was doing a couple of things at home before. I had the game on Foxtel from last year. The Hawthorn one. Fuck, were we shocking? I just watched it on purpose to have a look. Yeah. Were we shocking last year? Oh, what a shocking game. They weren't chasing or running, nothing.
You know what, Manny? Hold your thoughts, yeah?
Hello.
Because I think guys, my dad's in the chat. I want him to hear this. We're almost a year removed from this.
Yasu Tikanis.
Okay. Ginnivan showed us no respect last time we played, my dad just said. What do you reckon about that?
Okay, yeah. It's easy to show no respect when no one's on him. If no one's on him, it's easy to show. McDonald kicked 5 goals on us. And seriously? Come on, eh?
All right.
Are we kidding ourselves here, what?
Ready? Let's see if we can hear. Let me know if you guys can hear this, right?
Hello.
Can you hear that?
I've got your view on the TV, man. What are you playing, Malaka?
This is after the Hawthorn game.
Absolutely dead. Absolutely fucking dead. What a fucking disgrace. Absolute disgrace. No one's running and chasing in the back 50. Cunts are jogging. Darcy Moore's jogging. They're running rings around us. We've got pumped by kids, mate. They fucking bullied us. They fucking pulled our pants down, mate. This is fucking unacceptable, mate. Unacceptable. All these fucking midfielders, BFL next fucking week. Bring the kids in. The kids are watching this. Right, they're at home watching this, and these cunts aren't playing fucking footy. Fuck me, mate. What's going on here? I told you, Hawks are going to pump us. You know what? I reckon we're going to lose to Richmond next week. We're going to finish 18th on the ladder. We just gave pick 2. We gave pick 2 to fucking Fremantle.
Yeah, we gave them pick 7, didn't we? For no good.
Nah, it's got to be pick 2, bro. By the time we finish, the season's over, bro. We're going to see what we've got in the cupboard. We're going to open up the cupboard and see what they've got. Get Harry in. Get TJ in. Bring the kids in. Give them experience for next year. These older cunts don't want to be there, bro. Can you see them tonight what they're doing?
Yeah.
So we're running. What's Darcy Moore doing? You're not chasing. What's he doing? He's fucking jogging. I've never seen a Collingwood captain in my life jog. Tony Shaw, Gavin Brown, Nathan Buckley. Never once did I see him fucking jogging. One bad game, a whole season. This cunt's jogging. Ginnivan, tag him. Tag Ginnivan, you dumb cunt. He's running rings around us. McDonald with a fucking rat's tail at the back, kicking 5 goals on us. Are you kidding me? These cunts are shit kickers, bro. Hawthorn. They're fucking rebuilding. It's a fucking dark day today, mate. Questions have to be asked, mate. We can't rebuild. We can't rebuild. If we rebuild, we're going to waste a generational player. We're going to waste Nick's career. We can't rebuild, bro. If we rebuild, Nick's career's gone. I'm telling you. It's going to take us 7-8 years, right, to get back on top again. We've got to get some new players in, right? We're going to go hunting for players, right? And these cunts here, right? These cunts here, they're going to grow some testicles. Hey, Markov, go home and shave your fucking moustache. Quaynor, don't worry about your fucking hair, right? Quaynor, don't worry about your fucking hair, right? Go play footy. Lipinski, don't worry about your modelling career, bitch. Right? Get out there and get the fucking hardball. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Huh? Fucking pathetic, mate. 4 fucking weeks in a row. We're top third. Top third. We're third on the ladder. Now we're 13th. 4 losses in a row. And North Melbourne, we're about to lose that as well. They've given up. They've got the jumper on. They've got the fucking jumper on. Right? They're staining. They've stained the premiership. They fucking stained it tonight. I'm starting to think it was a fucking fluke. All these games, all these close games that we won, right? We won all these close games, right? They're staining the fucking premiership the way they're finishing. What are you fucking doing? Joel, get your lace on. Get your lace on. Get your lace on.
Christ, risen or fallen. Take it as you will.
What was that fucking crap? It started from the banner.
So now, that was the Hawthorn game. Hold on. That was the Hawthorn game. Now this was like the Geelong game a couple weeks later.
Read the banner, what it said on their banner. Cold pies, they're calling us cold pies, and we come out fucking freezing cold.
Did
you see it?
There's a slow start.
Hey, boys, over and done with. That's it, pack it up. That's it, we're done. The hunger's gone. You can see it from a mile away. That's it. All this analysis and all this bullshit, it's all crap. The hunger's gone. They don't want it anymore. Right, you can see it from a mile away. 3 games in a row now. They don't want it, boys. We're going to look to the future now. It's time to go shopping. Time to go shopping. Time to be ruthless. We need players, mate. We need defenders. We need fucking another couple of midfielders. Right, we need to go shopping. You can see it, bro. They don't want it anymore. The hunger's gone. Last quarter, 150 pressure rating. We were 10 points down. They come out and they gave up. Geelong was just kicking the
keeping the ball up us, isn't it?
Yeah, they were just kicking the ball around in the back 50. They didn't want to mark up. They didn't want to man up. Right? Players aren't putting their heads over the ball. The only players that are playing well are the ones that aren't premiership players. They're lucky I'm not coaching, mate. Because if I was coaching, I'm telling you, I'll be kicking out all those fucking pretenders, right? Every single pretender, Lipinski, all these pretenders, Frampton, you know what I'll be doing? I'll be bringing in TJ. I'll be bringing in fucking Dematia. I'll be bringing in the young kids, right? And I'll be giving McRae. I'll say, McRae, you got to the end of the season, buddy. And AJ, you prove yourself to the end of the fucking season or your papers are fucking stamped. This is Collingwood Football Club. We're ruthless. I'm telling you, Collingwood Football Club's ruthless. This is the AFL, mate. This is not fucking, it's called the Premiership season, not the Participation Award. Yeah, they don't want to put the head over it, bro. They don't want to put the head over the ball. You can see it, bro. The hunger's got, it's like a, listen, it's like a boxer, Mike Tyson, right? He used to knock everyone out in fucking 5 minutes. Mike Tyson used to knock out people in 1 minute, right? The hunger was there. As soon as he lost his hunger, he started getting knocked out. I'm telling you, the hunger's gone. You can see it. I know Collingwood footy, bro. You know what it's going to sort, but you can just tell. When I was watching this game, I knew first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, even when we got in front, one goal, I could just feel it and watch it that we weren't going to win that game. I just knew it. You could just see it. It sticks out like dog's balls. The hunger's gone. Not good enough, mate. 3 weeks in a row.
All right, we get the point. Manny, before we resume, just quickly, Ben Zero says with a $5 donation, fuck me, Manny, serious business. I'm scared to tune in if we don't win tonight. Nothing to worry about. First of our 3 wins against Hawks this year coming up. Ella.
Hello, Malaka.
Mute your malakia now.
Wow, let me mute.
I have a question.
I was right. See how much shit I was right about? I told you. You listened to me. I was right about everything.
When you reflect on those moments after those games, what do you feel?
This year, it's a whole different scenario. Last year, we were dropping games because of the effort. Remember what I told you? If the boys go out tonight and I see full-blown effort, I'm not gonna say nothing. If we give effort, you won't hear me say one word tonight after on the post-game show. But last year, the shit they were doing was unacceptable. That's why I was losing it. But this year, we're 10-2. We're 9-2 now, there. So it's not as bad. Last year, we were dropping 3-4 games in a row, man.
Yeah, that was a painful time, wasn't it, man?
Yeah, they gave up, bro. They gave up. I was watching them give up. You can't see them give up. As long as they go out and give effort. If they give effort tonight and we just lose, you can't blame the boys, man. I've told you before. I'm not some bloke that's going to blame them. I'm going to give them credit, and we're going to reset for the next game. If they give full-blown effort, but if I see no chasing or tackling or them running rings around us, I'm going to flip. I just want to see effort, bro. That's what we asked for. Effort, is that right?
It's funny because a lot of people say effort is a given, but it's not. Every week, it should be a given. It should be a given, but your effort will always vary week to week. You need to bring maximum effort every week. I'm just saying it's not the baseline. Like, yes, it should be a given, but effort sometimes determines whether you win game 1, 2, and 3. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Everyone that watches tonight will be able to tell whether the boys are giving full effort. If you see players backing off or refusing to chase, that's when they've given up. As long as there's full effort, you can tell if there's effort.
Well, it's like last night, Manny, Essendon and Brisbane. Yeah. Who gave more effort for the first 3 quarters?
Exactly. Essendon gave effort, and they were undermanned, but they gave effort. But this year, I have to admit that the boys have gone out every game this year, and they've been hungry. Like I told you last year, I told you that the hunger was gone. I know what I'm watching, bro. I watched this team for 40 years today. I know what I'm watching. I know when a team's playing with hunger and with effort. You could just tell. Yeah, but last year I was losing it because it was a situation. We come off a premiership. The boys were giving up. They weren't chasing. Teams were cutting us to shreds. That's why I was losing it. This year's different. This year the boys are giving effort. I'll never ever blame the lads if they go out there and try their hardest. Even if we lose, who gives a shit, right? At least we can give them credit for going out there and hitting it hard. So if you're footy there, you're not going to win every game.
Effort, and I mean against the Hawks that are down, I think they're going to come and play tonight. Either way, it doesn't matter about their form, right? They're going to be up for it, surely.
There's simple things that I'm looking out for. Very simple things I'm looking out for.
Yep.
That will hold. That will give it to them. Number one, as I said, our half forwards need to push up in their 50 when they're taking the kick out. If we miss a goal and they get a kick out our half forwards need to push up high. We can't give them that first release kick because what happens is, I watched it today, they get that first release kick out in the back 50 on a 45 angle. And then what they do is they make the ground big. So all their wingers, they spread right to the boundary line. And what happens is they make the ground big and they cut us open. So we have to push up. We have to push up on the defenders, the half forwards. And also, Darcy Moore's back in. He has to make sure that he doesn't play up too high. He's got to stay back 10 metres, hold the defenders back at least 10 metres defensively. Don't let them kick over the top of us and get their small forwards to run on the ball. That's what's got to happen. And pressure. We've got to put pressure on. That's it. Simple.
It's pretty simple, huh? At the end of the day.
If you start seeing that 45 kick on the angle out of defence and they open the ground up, you're going to see them chop us up. And also, we have to win the clearance battle. They've been losing the clearance battle lately, and so have we. So whoever gets up in the midfield clearances, the centre bounce clearances, get the ball moving forward, we should be all right.
Who do you want to see at the first bounce in the midfield?
Nick,
Mm-hmm.
Nick Long and slide bottom, or Nick Long and Pendlebury.
You're not bothered. You're not bothered either way, right?
I want to see Nick in there on the outside a little bit. I want to see Long in there, and I want to see either Pendlebury or side bottom while they're fresh.
Yep.
And I want to see Cameron in there, but I reckon we're going to have a problem because I was thinking about it last night. That Chol, when he does second ruck, that Chol, he jumps high. I've seen him. He jumps up real high. So I don't know who's going to do our second ruck role. If he jumps over our second ruck and he starts tapping the ball forward to them, we're going to have dramas.
In the centre bounce or in the stoppage?
Centre bounce. Stoppage in the stoppages, the rucks don't jump.
That's what I'm asking. That's why I'm asking. I'm just clarifying. I mean,
centre bounce.
Yeah, we'll figure it out, man. It's not the biggest deal in the world. Many teams these days aren't going with a second ruckman in game, anyways. A recognised second ruckman. Yeah,
so that's what we're going to watch out for. We're going to watch out for our defense. Our defense is not too high because the last few weeks that Moore hasn't played, Darcy Moore hasn't played. Our defense has been solid. Moore drifts up. He drifts up high for some reason all the time. He's got to hold back just a bit. We don't want their small forwards like Watson getting over the back. If Watson gets over the back, we've got dramas. Telling you.
Sometimes last year, Darcy Moore would get caught out in no man's land, trying to make a play off his player and trying to win it over the top of another contest. This year we're seeing that less, but that's because we're playing more.
He's punching the ball. We spoke about it. He's been punching the ball.
Yeah. He does little volleyball spikes sometimes. That's all right. We'll see how he goes tonight. He's been playing reasonably well. But Jeremy Howe is our general, all right? Like Brendan says, Jeremy Howe to hold the line.
Also, we need a good start. We need a good start first quarter. Either we're up by a couple goals or we're even. We don't want to be down 2-3 goals and let them get their confidence up. We want to be at least equal first quarter or at least a couple goals up. We don't want to be 5-6 goals down.
Answer me this: with Bruzzy out, who's going to be the prick on the field tonight?
Who? Yeah, Nick Dacus is good. Don't worry, Nick Dacus has got a bit of mongrel in him.
You reckon?
Nick Dacus has got mongrel in him. I don't know if you've seen him. He's got a bit of lip on him.
I've seen him live as well. I've seen him at training. He's got that competitive edge for sure.
Yeah, he's a leader.
Sure. Obviously.
McCreary plays with mongrel. Schultz is a monster. When Schultz starts flying in for those tackles, don't worry. He's coming in major freshly. You're going to see Schultz running in that forward 50, side to side, laying tackles. You watch. They're fresh, mate. They're fresh.
Who's going to...
And Hill.
Who's going to be...
Hill's fresh as well.
Ella. Who's going to be... Ella. Listen, who's going to be your manny of the match?
Put it this way. If we can get Bobby Hill... on the right-hand side, on the fat side, how we play our system, Bobby Hill stays on the right-hand side usually on the half-forward line, and he runs up and down. If we can get the ball out of the middle and open up the fat side, and because Bobby's fresh, Hill, and we can get him to run up and down and break the defenders, we're laughing because they got straight defenders. They got what's his name?
Barras
They got the new Barras and Battle, and they got Sicily, and Sicily's down on confidence. So if our small forwards can pounce on them, get the ball down, they're gonna have dramas. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah, but Bobby Hills is a pretty player. Like when I say man of the match, I want somebody who embodies your attitude and application to the mindset of tough footy. Who's your man of the match going to be from Collingwood? If Brazzy's not out there, so it leaves an open field. Who's it going to be?
I'm giving Long man of the match because Long's got a punish. He got enlisted because they're midfielders before Longy. Longy's going to teach them why they made the biggest mistake. They got rid of the bull in the middle. Telling you, they won't be able to stop him. They know how he plays though because he's training with them. Don't forget he was training with them, so they know his patterns. They know his running patterns. But there's one thing knowing it, there's another thing stopping it.
Reza's asking, has Longy played against his old team before? I don't think he has.
No, first time.
Okay. All right, Manny, I got Kynan on as well.
Yeah, get Kynan on. Get Kynan on. All right. Talk to you later.
Dilemma, yeah. Kynan.
Anthony.
What's going on, big dog? Big dog.
Oh, bro, I've been hyped all day.
Ready to go?
I want this game to fucking start already.
Nah, you got to soak up these moments. Because before you know it, it's all gone, bro. It's all gone. I'm like, these are the moments.
My boy Schultz is back on the field. I want to see him fucking cream someone. I want to see it. I want to see him just bang on the ground.
I don't want him to knock himself out in the process, though. You know what I mean?
Oh, no. We don't want that.
Nah.
But I want him to straight. You know the tackle that happened to Myercheck last year where he got suplexed? I want him to do that. Fucking bang over the shoulder. I want from this game.
That's all you want.
If that happens and we win, I'll be a happy man.
Happy days. What's your pre-game dinner going into the match? What are we saying?
Oh, mate.
Let me guess. KFC.
Nah.
Pizza.
Get a pizza. Get a pizza on. Bang.
You're a meat lover. You're a meat lover for sure, bro.
Surprisingly, no. I'm a pepperoni guy.
Okay, no, that's fair. At Olives? At Olives?
Oh, every now and then.
Come on. Hey, come on.
Nah.
Come on.
I'm putting it out there. Bo, he's the manny of the game.
You reckon? He's the one?
Bo's gonna be the manny. Bo's gonna be the manny.
They're both pretty good shouts. They're pretty good shouts.
Oh, I don't know. I'd like to see Nick Dacos take a contested mark too.
Hey, he's been doing that work with Quaynor though at training. You already know.
I did watch that. You
already know. Woo.
Well, I also feel like old members is gonna turn it on as well.
He's been good.
Show St Kilda they shouldn't have got rid of him.
That's it. Vert says ravioli. Stevo says lamb souvlakia. Brendan Rouse says steak and chips. Stefanos, Friday nights are for pizza and beer.
Yeah,
Hazard says gyros. And half-eaten dim sim says roast beef.
Hey, there's some good choices in there. Lamb souvlaki. Oof.
Look, I'm still settling for a Scotch fillet steak at the pub. But if someone can change my mind, convince me otherwise, I'll get something else. No, that's it.
Nah, that's it.
Medium rare. No, I'm gonna go rare.
Oh, he's going rare. He's teetering. Nah. Rare or medium rare. Way to go. You can't have a dry steak because if you do, you're just weird. I'm sorry.
It is a bit odd.
You're just weird. Nah, putting it there. I'm hyped. I reckon we've got this. I reckon we're gonna roll them. I reckon. I think the boys are pissed from last year.
Clip this.
Clip it. I'll be back after the show.
Laugh now, cry later.
Clip it. Yeah, true. Yeah. Nah. Clip it, everyone. Clip it.
Gravy for sure. Gravy 100%, Joe. 100%.
Absolutely.
Have to.
If you're not getting gravy, you're not doing it right.
Nah.
Nah. Okay. Well, who's your player of the match? You reckon? Who you got, Anthony? Who you got?
Hawthorn.
Who's gonna have that one game that they like their career game?
Checkers is gonna kick 4 and Sicily will be dropped to the 2s after tonight.
Yeah, fuck off. Sicily to the 2s. All right, Roger.
After Checkers kicks 4, you'll see, bro.
Oh, I mean, I think he'll be pretty underwhelmed if he kicks 4 on Sicily.
Mate, Sicily's been garbage this year. Hot trash.
He has been.
Hot trash.
That's fair.
He stinks, bro. He stinks.
Flying Magpie says Pendlebury to have a blinder. I mean, he has a blinder every week. Let's be real here.
That's true. Sundays are for dumb mothers.
To be fair, at Pendlebury's age, every game he plays is a blinder. Let's be real here.
Yeah, it's true. That's our guy.
30 was 37, 39, 38? What is he, 37?
37.
37? Yeah, fuck me. He's nearly 40 and he's fucking playing games like that. Every game he plays is a blinder at this point.
It's crazy. It's truly
Have
crazy.
they named the sub yet?
No. Probably not till 6:30. What time does the game start?
I think it's 7. Let me have a double check real quick. 7:10 for me, so 7:40 for Victoria.
Yeah,
and
7:40. So the teams will come out at 6:40.
Yeah, right. Oh, I'm still thinking. Yeah, I think it's got to be Sully. I think Sully's definitely going to be sub.
Yeah, I reckon. Lock Dog in the chat, my guy. Steamed dim sims and party pies. Goodness. Gee whiz.
What a meal.
What a meal. Just missing some potato cakes and some tomato sauce and you're sorted.
What's the weather going to be like in Victoria?
It's holding up. Let me check the weather zone right now.
Because if it's clear, then it's going to be a memory my check type of game. But if it's more wet, I reckon it will be more of a chaos ball moment.
10% chance of rain at 7 p.m. Less than 0.1 mil. It's piss all.
All right.
It's
yeah.
piss all.
So she's not going to rain. Probably.
She'll be all right.
Yeah. So it looks like it's going to be a contested mark type of game. I reckon.
Guys, I don't know why.
Chris,
Chris just put a message in the chat. And it says message retracted. Can you see that?
I cannot.
I don't know why it retracts some messages automatically, and I don't have any.
It might have to do with the type of word used in the actual sentence or like the lettering of it.
Bruh, he just used
YouTube
L.
is really strict.
Yeah. So guys, just so you know, I very, very rarely remove comments from the live chat. So do not assume that it's me if that happens. Okay.
It might be because it thinks it's spam. By spamming letters.
Yeah. However, sometimes when people aren't spamming, they just put like a one sentence in, not like back-to-back messages, they still get retracted sometimes.
Yeah, YouTube's algorithm's really weird with how this shit works. It's hyper like censorship sometimes, depending on what it is, and yeah, it's real bad.
Lockie says, "I'm about to load up, man. About to load up my fire. It's getting cold." Yeah, Lockie lives in the sticks, so it's pretty cold where he lives.
I'm sitting here in like a t-shirt and shorts, bro. I'm hot. I'm pumped.
What's the weather in Radelaide right now?
Right now, it's not too bad. I got the window open, so
20.
It's decent.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
It's 20 degrees, bro.
Here. Yeah.
It's hotter in Adelaide than it is Melbourne, obviously, right?
It depends. We're a bit more south than Melbourne.
Did I just make myself? Or is that is it fact? Is Adelaide hotter usually or not?
On average, I would say, because we are lower, closer to the ice caps down here.
Yeah. Collingwood
but
fan, they delete
Melbourne weather's like 15 seasons in one day. So
yeah. Have you been here?
I've been here once and I hated it.
Melbourne.
I hated it.
So why do you support Collingwood? Is that because of Port Adelaide's Magpies? Your dad?
My dad. Yeah, my dad's from Victoria.
Righto.
And it was either that or don't support a football team. So I chose Collingwood.
You were shown the way.
Oh, I got to show a tour of my fucking house, bro. The amount of merchandise I have from like the 2000s and 90s from my dad.
Really?
Holy shit.
What have you got?
Hold on,
show
hold on.
us.
I'll
Show
join
us.
on
What
my-
have you got? Can you get some?
I'll join on my phone. I'll join on my phone and I'll put the camera around and I'll show
All
you.
right. All right. You can give us a cribs tour of your merch. MTV cribs.
Pull it up on stream if you can.
Yeah. Give me 1 sec. So we'll go. CV. All right. Here we go. Guys, once Thingo does his thing, we'll get you guys on. All right. Show us what you're cooking, kind of. What merch have you got for us, brother?
All right, so I got a few. Hold on, I need to figure out how to turn the camera around. Here we go. I got this one here.
What
Got
year is that?
2003 team. Got the Nathan Buckley thing here.
Nice.
Got me one-eyed mag supporter thing.
Very nice.
Got this massive wall out here.
Oh, geez. Yeah, give us a close-up on that.
Yeah, we'll do. This is a fully unique carving that my dad has.
Wow. Careful. Nice. That's sick.
That's the old logo too.
Yeah, that's cold.
And there's all this collectible item stuff here.
Nice. Do you collect cards and that, or?
There's a playing tin.
Hey. Yep.
There's an oven mitt.
Nice. Yep.
That's ceramic.
That's old school, man.
Yeah, my dad's been supported these guys for
Hey, what about the bottom row? What about the bottom row?
Hold on.
Come on. Bend over,
Got a
mate.
coffee cup?
Bend over. Bloody hell.
Oh, I'm 6'4". This shit's hard,
Fucking
man.
me too, mate.
I think you're not a midget. Nah, I'm joking.
Ooh. Old school. Name the
Vintage
players.
footy.
Name the players.
Oh, fuck, I wouldn't know. You got Scott Pendlebury there, but
Yep.
You got Taylor Adams.
Yep.
Is that Brodie Holland? That is.
Dutchy.
I'm not even sure who that is.
35 or 36?
I think that's 36.
Guys, in the chat, who's 36 or 35? Is that Pit? Oh, Sav. Big Sav. It's Big Sav, mate.
Who we got here? This is black and white. This one's old. Jack Regan. Regan?
How many games?
196.
Yeah, right.
That's from the black and white era, so that's old school, that one.
That's a big grab. Can I see that again?
Oh, that one there.
Who are they playing against, do you reckon? Oh, he's taking a mark over his own teammate.
No. That's the enemy team. That's us.
Yeah, he's on his teammate's back, bro.
I'm sure he is too. Yeah, good point. Yeah.
There you go.
I'm not sure. It looks white and black, so maybe Port. It's a wild guess. I don't know. But yeah, that's most of it anyway.
That's sick. Thank you for the tour, my friend.
There's more in the other room, but it's all in the cupboard. So.
Okay. Is there anything hectic in there that you want to pull out quickly?
Oh yeah, I'll do this. I'll show you this.
All right.
This is... Oh, actually, there's two things here. This one's pretty cool. This one's like a full, old school puzzle that's glued together.
Jeez.
Real old school.
Fucking A.
There's one more here. Got that one.
Nice. Oh, that's the sick jersey, bro.
Yeah.
Wow. Crazy.
That's all of it, I reckon.
Unreal. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's most. There's a lot of shit here.
Well, thanks for sharing that, my man.
No worries. Easy. All right. Well, I'll let old Nick up.
Yep.
Go, boys!
Appreciate you. All right. Nick, then greatness. Nick.
Hi.
How are you, mate?
Yeah, not bad. But yeah, what a collection of Coleman stuff right there. That's that's real work there.
Some pretty cool stuff there, have to admit.
Yeah, I had I was a member. I started getting memberships back in 2013. I think it was 2013, 14, something like that. I can't remember, but yeah, I had a lot of membership merchandise from all the way back then that I had to sell all the scarves and hats and stuff what you get from the past season to a bunch of new coming supporters because
that's
my
nice.
room was just too fucking filled with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course, man. That's sick. That's sick.
So, yeah, but Hawthorn. What is your predictions with this game? What are your predictions?
My prediction is it's going to be a good game, and I would love to win and stick it up those pricks, and that result will await us a few hours away.
Okay, who's going to be the hot man? You know what I mean? Well, no, okay, that sounds so wrong. I mean, who will be the player on fire? Who do you expect really to just really stand out in this game?
I got Checkers. I reckon Jamie. If Jamie for another 5 would be nice, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah.
What about you?
Maybe. Oh, that's difficult. Maybe. Well, Lucky Shields might be on fire after missing out a couple. I guess it was, and it's also a huge surprise to have Mason Cox. Well, it wasn't really, but the main surprise I meant was to see Oscar Steen on the emergency list.
Yeah, well, he was in the captain's run, but they didn't select him to play the final 23.
Yeah, no. So I was a bit like, I was just waiting to see what Fly was going to do. Is he going to put him up on and make his debut or anything? Because I thought that, like, if Mason Cox is dropped, who will be up next for that role then? You know, because we got Ilya Smith, we got Oscar Steen. So who will be up next after Mason Cox?
Well, we got to think about McStay comes back into the picture very soon as well, right?
Yes, but there's no point on like bringing him back like next week or anything. I think Fly's already thinking about resting him until after the bye.
D-Mac?
Pardon?
You're talking about McStay, yeah?
Yeah. I'm talking about McStay. I think like they're better off resting some more players until after the bye.
So beyond that, I mean, I think that if the team can hold up the way it is right now, there's no one that really needs to come. Look, next year we'll need, because it's probably likely that, you know, if we had to bet, Mason Cox will retire at the end of this year, most likely. If that's the case, you're looking at Oscar Steen to step up another level. I don't think Ilaru's ready yet. He's probably another couple of years away. He's practicing his defensive craft in the VFL, trying to emulate what Darcy Cameron does at AFL level. Like against North Melbourne on the weekend in the VFL, Ilaru Smith played as the last defender for 3 quarters.
Oh yeah, so he's learning how to just drop back in the hole and just take those contested marks.
Spot on. Spot on, my friend. You got anything else, Nick?
No, not really. That's probably about it. And just everyone enjoy the game, and then hopefully we can beat Hawthorn after quite some time of really copping it.
Let's all pray we come back to a win tonight, man.
Yeah, let's end that streak, yeah?
That's it. All right, cheers, Nick.
All right.
See you, mate.
All right, see you, everyone.
All right, greatness. We'll get you going in a second, mate. Just bear with me. A quick question from Reza. What players are due for a rest in the coming weeks? Well, after this week, we have a bye. So I think everyone gets a rest then. So probably no need just yet. All right. Greatness.
What's up?
My man, how are you?
Yeah, doing all right yourself?
Yeah, you know, another day, another dollar, another day.
Yeah.
Did you see the VFL players? The mid-season draftees have been listed for the VFL.
Yes, yeah. So they'll definitely be playing. I believe we play tomorrow.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it'll definitely be exciting to see them, and I think it's just I think any drafts, it's always exciting. I always treat it kind of like like Christmas Day, kind of like you want to open up your presents in the morning, and yeah, we'll see obviously two players play their first game for the black and white.
Mhm.
I don't know if you're in the same sort of thought process, but I'm actually really surprised we were not only able to get Brown through the mid-season draft, like as he fell through, but also Mason went through as well.
Yeah.
So if you really think about it, we actually didn't lose anything. So we only gained two players, and then we were also able to keep those two players. So that's probably my biggest takeaway from that. As good as Steele looks, and I think it's pretty much a given he's probably going to play a game. We'll probably play in the back end, maybe the last like handful of games when we're trying to rest Sidey and Pendles and get them fresh for the final series coming up. And yeah, I believe.
Did you know much about them going
Howes
in?
is,
Sorry,
is
into
was
the
it sorry?
draft. Did you know much about? I mean, Howes was touted last year. Steele's been in the system for a while. What did you know? Did you know anything about them going into this?
Well, when the draft was happening, I didn't know too much. I remember hearing the Howes name.
Mhm.
Yeah, because he was had to go early last year. But yeah, as I said, completely fell through. Um, yeah, just one of those, especially when it comes to key position. It's very the. Uh, I mean, I don't have a better word for it, so apologies if it's not the best word for it. But it's when it comes to key position, they're very bipolar in nature, in the sense where if you get a decent one, they'll be up the top, and they'll be one of the most valued sort of players in that draft. But if they're not so good, then they fall away. So then their value is it's either your value is 100% or 0%.
Mhm.
So if you're a half decent key position, we've seen in the national draft. If you're a half decent key position, it's basically a lock. You'll be in the top 25 in the
Mhm.
national draft.
Mhm.
And then anything below that, then you pretty much really a project player. And then if they don't see anything, then you just completely fall off the map because um, I want to say Tom Scully and Harry Lemmy. Their draft years was about 2-3 years ago, off the top of my head. At the start of the year for their draft year, they were touted to go top five in the draft as a whole.
Mm.
But then, obviously, as that year came on, they didn't have that great of years, and I can't remember the exact numbers because I just don't have it. But I think I think the first one went around 45 to 50, and the other one went like 55, something like that. So,
Yeah, the
um,
scaling of the key position players can be quite volatile depending on their form and all that
yeah,
sort of
that's
stuff.
probably the better word for it. But that's the thing though. If someone sees potential, then they probably finish somewhere like pick 15 to pick 20 sort of thing. So it just depends on who sort of pipes up that player and then how many people latch on and things like that. So
Well, like Jonty Fall for
um,
Richmond, he was touted to be around the late 20s, early 30s. He goes early for Richmond, doesn't he?
yeah, but if you look at his like stats, like he's pretty much kicking 4 or 5 goals a game.
They're great numbers.
So I think recruiters are looking at that and going, well, clearly he's putting scores on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
And I think as well too, you'll find that recruiters will love to chase trends. So last year, obviously we had Brisbane winning the flag, and Logan Morris, albeit it was his first year, but a lot of people saw Logan Morris's rise that year. So going into the draft that we had last year, people are sort of like looking at like, okay, we need that Logan Morris sort of type. Who's that Logan Morris sort of mold? And I think Johnsy Fall had that because he literally had Logan Morris's journey in a sense because even though Morris can't remember what pick he was, but I think he was around 25, somewhere around there. And yeah, so he was kicking goals and there was nothing wrong with him. So I think that's what probably Richmond was looking at when, like, okay, well, we need that. And because of the efforts that Logan Morris did, it made it made his stocks go up because of what Logan Morris did the year before.
Yeah,
If
well,
that makes any
Richmond
sense.
have pretty much taken any key forward from the 20 to 35 range, and they've taken them all. Thomas Sims, Harry Armstrong, and then
Yeah.
Jonty Fall. So they're probably not going to miss. But the good thing with Riley Mason and Joshua Brown is, yes, they fell through the hands of any other club as well. So if they continue their form, maybe they come through the rookie draft, or I'm not sure how old you have to be able to nominate. I think you have to be 21 or younger to nominate for the national draft, right? Something like that.
It's not age, it's years. So I think you've got. Is it? I know you can back up the next year. And then
How
you
long
no,
can you
I think
nominate?
I think you can only do the next year.
Let
So
me
you
see.
can, if you go into the draft as an 18-year-old, you can do it again as a 19. But you can also then list as a 19 and then go into your 20th year. But I think, but there's a 2-year sort of uh, uh, there's like a 2-year time span.
Just looking here, complete. It doesn't say. I'm just reading on some of the sources. There is no
Yeah.
limit to the number of times a player can nominate, provided they continue to meet the eligibility criteria. So they can
Yes.
nominate every year. So, anyways, whether they go through the national draft, maybe they go through the rookie draft, preseason supplementary period. I thought it was a little bit too early to go on a Riley Mason just yet, just because it's such a small sample size. Maybe the same thing with Josh Brown. What hurt them in the end was how green they are in the form they are at the club that they've come to. Whereas Steele has been around for quite a while. Noah Howes was in mid-season contention last year, so I think that's what got those two players over the line.
Yeah, and also as well too, like as much as we probably value these guys at the AFL level, they're probably not too desired across AFL clubs. So we've kind of got the luxury where we can sort of, we don't have to jump over the hurdles in a sense to like get to these players. We can sort of take our time, walk around the hurdle if you want to continue the analogy. And sort of, we don't have to be in the sprint to get these guys. So, we don't have to be jumping over grandmas or whatever to get the prize. So
Yeah.
we're sort of, so we're not going to, tear a hamstring to get there. We're just going to get there when we get there. And I think at the end of the day, even if we miss out on them, well, like they're good enough to get, but they're not good enough to jump over like a grandma for to get the Black Friday sales pick up. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. Stephen in the chat says players in from the last time we met Hawthorn: Allen, Frampton, Houston, McCreary, Membry, Myercheck, Perryman, and Schultz. That's a lot of notable ins relative to the last time we met them.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, one of the things I'd be really curious to know is what our intent is today, because we have gone into Hawthorn games previously having a ton of wins under our belt, to where Hawthorn have played a very tough and contested game.
Mm-hmm.
So when that has happened, and we've, if we're, say, 2-3 games ahead and we're sitting on top, I don't know the current ladder situation because I'm not looking at that because we're nowhere near finals. But if we're a few games clear of first, I could even see us, if the contest is a bit too hard, I could see us not like pulling out like completely, but pulling out enough to the point where we're not going to risk injury just because, because it's not necessarily needed. Because like at the end of the day, like an injury to any player right now is not worth, maintaining top spot and being like 2-3 games clear, which I don't think we're 2-3 games clear, but yeah, whichever distance it is, if we have that gap, I think in our history, we have sort of dropped games where we've sort of like not really cared about like losing a certain game, because at the end of the day, first is first. It doesn't matter if you're first with 19 wins, 18 wins, or 16 wins. If you're
Yeah.
first, you're first. So
Yeah.
I think, and the way I've been saying it is, it puts us in a position to afford the losses. So if we can afford a loss to maintain the health and and to keep the structure of the team each week with the same players, I think you'd take health over a win if you've already got the wins banked in.
Yeah, and I think if we can just get that win tonight and go into the bye round, are we 9-2 right now or 8-2?
I know it's 2 losses.
Let me check. Hold on.
Again, I'm going off the top of my head, so I have no idea.
We are 9-2. So if we win this game,
9-2, there you go.
we go into the bye 10-2, and then we got King's birthday clash.
Yeah,
it's looking good, and top 2 is so important because of the interstate teams that are sort of loitering around the top 4. You got Gold Coast, you got Adelaide, you got Brisbane, you got GWS who are 8th at the moment. And there's a couple of teams like Freo who are still within reach. But yeah, more so Gold Coast, Brisbane, Adelaide. You don't want to be finishing in the position number 3 and position number 4 on the ladder. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, just real quick, one thing I will say as well, because I'm actually surprised no one's mentioned it in the chat at all.
Yeah.
Long, he'll be best on ground today.
You missed it. You missed the greatness. Well, earlier.
Oh, did I?
Earlier, we asked Manny who's the Manny of the match going to be, and he said Ned Long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, how can you not, back in someone like Ned Long, like, given his history.
Yeah.
He's sort of gotten some props from a few articles this week, saying that, 17 other clubs, like, forgot about him. We didn't, sort of thing. So Hawthorn was the team that delisted him. I'm pretty sure he was even interviewed recently, and he even opened up about it being like, no, the delisting hurt, which it would hurt for any player. But, like, yeah, now he's got now he can display that hurt onto Hawthorn, because, I'm sure if you speak to any AFL player that gets delisted, I'm sure they'll tell you that's like the worst thing they've ever gone through. So if you can channel that and put it into tonight's game, if he is best on ground, then that would not surprise me at all.
Would love to see that.
I
think we've all been manifesting that the whole week, haven't we?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's one of those things where it just feels like this is his year to just, ironically, given like the fact that it's been such a theme this year, just for him just to flip the bird to the competition and to Hawthorn specifically, I think it would just be a very romantic sort of tale to tell in the story of Long.
Question to the chat: between Nick Watson and Jack Ginnivan, will they get over or under 3.5 free kicks for the game? Greatness.
Is that a question to me or chat?
Yeah, you answer while the chat sort of figure out the logistics. What do you reckon?
Oh, I mean, this is where I sort of go into mental health issues. Yeah, I mean, straight away, I'm already thinking over 3.5.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just, I always hate to go down the path of like, the AFL's out to get us, but God damn, we've got too much evidence to like support those theories, if that makes any sense. So, oh man, I mean, I reckon it's going to be more because, and like the Twitter world, the footy world is going to eat it up and everything.
For sure.
Everyone that's not a Collingwood supporter, so
it's going to be funny.
Yeah, I mean, I just saw today on my Twitter there was a Richmond supporter that was trying to tell off a Collingwood supporter about how, Collingwood's depth is no good. So, bit rich coming from a Richmond supporter right now, but yeah, it's
Classic.
interesting times.
There you go. It seems like Roan Steele is getting number 45 and Howes is getting number 47. There you go. All over it. Is there anything else that's sort of trending in the news department?
Well, obviously we know now Steen's very close to a debut now that he's emergency. So exciting times. I personally, for one, can't wait for him to debut because I feel like I've been saying it for a few weeks now that he should have been playing over Cox. And yeah, he was also my preseason pick to be the one to watch out for because especially when you have, I will just say this, I still reckon Darcy Cameron will stay. But just Steen and Cameron, the next couple of years as Steen develops, I don't think Steen will have a much better sort of person to sort of learn off than Cameron because, as we know, Cameron's such an underrated GOAT in this competition. So the Steen to learn off him, I don't think he could be at a better club in terms of having people to learn off. So yeah, I'm sure he'd be feeling pretty lucky in that sense. But yeah, I've got all the praise in the world for Steen. I'm just waiting for him to get his game now.
We'll see how he goes. All right, greatness. I appreciate it, my friend. I'm going to call the pre-game show and we'll be back for the post-game show, hopefully with the W.
Yep, sounds good.
All right, thanks, guys. We'll see you guys soon and go Pies.